there's an unstoppable wave of change moving across the global business landscape, cascading through boardrooms, sending ripples through supply chains and beyond. It's time to catch the wave. The COVID-19 pandemic, climate crisis, and rise of social justice movements around the world have all accelerated thinking beyond the here and now. What does it mean to be a responsible, sustainable, resilient business built on solid environmental, social, and governance principles? It all starts with people. It's no coincidence that those businesses setting high standards for the treatment of their workforces, communities, and supply chains reap rewards with stronger performance and growth. Our connected world expects organisations to prioritise public good and behave responsibly. Employees and customers will call out poor working conditions and demand better. But this is not just about doing the right thing. Social sustainability is the backbone of corporate resilience. It supports stronger operational performance and cash flow. And right now, that feels more critical than ever. The environment has been the flagship cause driving the corporate sustainability agenda. Now it's time to put people alongside planet and profit, to unlock and unleash the tremendous value that lies in our global workforce. IOSH is working alongside international organisations, including UN agencies and initiatives, such as the World Health Organization, ILO, and UN Global Compact to harness the collective energy of progressive businesses. Together, we're making a long-term commitment to drive social sustainability forward, with a global force of safety and health professionals making change happen on the ground. Because safer environments and enlightened attitudes to health and well-being, diversity and inclusion are all safety and health issues too. And COVID-19 has shown just how vital it is to protect people. If businesses are not just to survive, but thrive. Together, we can be part of a global network of resilient, profitable businesses and organisations that flourish, equitably and sustainably, around safe, healthy workforces. It's time for a new world of work. It's time to catch the wave with IOSH.
Hello everyone. Wherever you are in the world, thank you for joining our live stream to launch our Catch the Wave campaign and the release of our first white paper on why occupational safety, health and well-being is the foundation for a socially sustainable business. I'm Vanessa Harwood-Witcher, Chief Executive of IOSH, and I'm going to provide an introduction to this topic before handing over to our President-elect, Louise Hosking. When you mention sustainability to many people, their thoughts immediately turn to the environment. In a business context, they think about how an organisation's activities, their profit making, impact on the planet. Indeed, with COP26 getting underway in Glasgow this week, there has been a significant focus on the environment. However, sustainability isn't just about the environment. It's a much broader humanitarian issue, taking in social sustainability. We believe people need to be placed alongside planet and profit. If a business is to be truly sustainable, this is absolutely vital. There has been, and will continue to be, a lot said about changes to how we do business and the way we work. Many of you will be familiar with the term VUCA. Every day, the world in which we operate becomes more volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous. One of the most significant changes caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, emerging crises and the rise of global social justice movements is the need for organisations to have a much sharper focus on what it means to be a responsible, sustainable, resilient business built on solid financial, environmental, social and ethical principles. And it all starts with people. We understand that work is not just a source of livelihood for workers to support themselves and their communities, but also a foundation of self-worth and dignity. From the starting point that work should be safe and healthy for all workers, we can readily see that good work should be measured not only in wages and salaries or in productivity, but also how well an organisation looks after its people. And this is an area that businesses are increasingly facing scrutiny on. Investors, regulators, workers, customers, the media and politicians are asking questions of business about how it looks after its people. There is a growing ethical dimension, not only to choices made by consumers, but also to decisions made by investors on where they invest their funds and by suppliers on who they want to do business with. Moreover, workers themselves have a voice. They were the ones who rose to the challenge as the COVID-19 pandemic struck, whether adapting new measures on the front line to reduce the spread of infection or keeping the global economy running from remote locations. Time and again, people stepped up and supported their employer and the customers they knew were relying on them, helping to maintain their business and securing their futures. Now, our workforces and society are looking to employers to repay that trust. It is time for them to ensure that they are adopting a person-centred approach to everything they do, treating employees fairly, protecting them and creating the conditions to promote decent work. In the simplest of terms, people ultimately hold the answers to many challenges organisations face, including environmental ones, and this needs to be recognised. And as we look to the future, human sustainability credentials will come under more and more scrutiny. Organisations will have to take care that they measure, monitor and communicate these aspects of their work if they wish their reputations and brands to survive and prosper. Our campaign will address these areas in the coming months. I'm now delighted to hand over to Louise.
Thanks, Vanessa. So to follow on from Vanessa, there can be no doubt that those organisations who set high standards and treat their workforce, their communities and their supply chains well are reaping the rewards with stronger performance and growth. This is no accident. Poor working conditions, neglect and abuse are clearly visible to an interconnected global audience prepared to stand up and raise the alarm when private profit comes at the expense of public good and decent working conditions. For a long time, the environment has been the cause driving the corporate sustainability agenda. But it's time to put people alongside planet and profit to realise the full potential in a business's workforce. So, if you're running a business, how do you ensure your organisation is getting it right? It's one thing to talk about treating your people in the right way. Taking action and making a change is what really counts. IOSH believes that social sustainability is unequivocally intertwined with occupational safety and health. By viewing what you do through an occupational safety and health lens, you can grow a socially sustainable business. Through this lens, you will also manage risks to the mental health and well-being of your workforce, creating parity between mental and physical health. This is how you invest in your people for their future and in turn the future of your business, ensuring they have the skills to work safely. In turn, this helps reduce the risk of workers being injured and being ill by their work. By transforming your organisation in this way across your supply chain, you can work towards preventing any hint of modern slavery. IOSH is working alongside international organisations and agencies to harness the collective energy of progressive businesses and make long-term commitment to driving social sustainability forward. We are doing this with a global force of occupational safety and health professionals who can help transform organisations at every level. Safer environments and more enlightened attitudes to health and well-being, to diversity and inclusion are and have always been safety and health issues. COVID-19 has shown just how critical occupational safety and health professionals are to protecting people, maintaining business survival and restoring profitability. By working together, we can be part of an irrepressible, interconnected global network of resilient, profitable businesses and organisations that flourish equitably and sustainably around safe, healthy workforces. We are encouraging businesses to join this global movement and demonstrate to their people, their customers and their investors that they are taking social sustainability seriously. It's time to catch the wave with IOSH or risk getting left behind.